Good afternoon. Who's the city attorney?
I'm sorry?
I said, what's the name of the city attorney?
That would be Denisha Turner.
Is Denise in?
Who's calling?
Matthew Reardon.
Matthew Reardon?
Yep. Y'all have been slinging me along, and there's no like throwing these generic messages, and it's this is a stall tactic. Y'all.
The reason for your call?
Yeah, I was the one that was violently assaulted on November 12th at City Hall by Allied Security, and I immediately put in the request for the evidence, and I was told that y'all would comply. Y'all have gone well past what Louisiana law delegates, and I've already got the lawsuit prepared on the Record Act violations. This is a ploy by the city of New Orleans. Y'all know that there's records. There's no if there's records. There's definitely 100% records.
You have your request number, sir?
I certainly do. I want to know if this is what y'all do to everybody, or if it's just because the city is so stands so liable for what happened.
This is Tommy Milner speaking.
This is who?
This is Tommy Milner speaking.
Yeah, this is Matthew Reardon. I was calling. I was told whenever I originally put this request in, I specifically stated that I'm a victim. I was violently assaulted at City Hall by your security guard. My head was split open, and in fact, I have reason to believe that a felony was committed, that he cracked me in the back of the head with his metal flashlight. The city knows they're 100% is records. My request was for camera footage covering the front entrance, sidewalks, public lobby, security screening area, all City Hall internal security camera footage for the same period, all audio, 911 call logs, CAD entries, dispatch.
Yeah, I have it in front of me. Did you notice what your request number is?
Yeah. 25.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you got it.
That means that we have had, wait, let me explain something. That means that as of today, since January 1st, we've had 21,253 different public records requests of the city of New Orleans. So, and yours is it's actually sort of six or requests sort of rolled into one. So that we do the best that we can under the circumstances that we have in meeting over 20,000 public records requests a year.
That's not my problem. I'm a victim. Okay, that got.
No. I'm just explaining to you that we we have to we have a large number of public records requests that we have to fulfill. That everyone believes their request is the most important one.
I was bleeding out on the sidewalk. Are you kidding me?
Hold on. What we do is that we try to fulfill all the public records requests in the interest of transparency. As quickly as we can. That's the situation.
It's unsatisfactory. That's no. That doesn't cut it. That is the worst excuse I think I've ever heard when it comes to that. That's not, when the rights of a victim, that's what you're showing right now is called, and I'm sure you know, but it's called a deliberate indifference, okay? I'm a crime victim. And actually, I believe that a felony was committed, and y'all are obstructing the evidence, and here we are coming down to almost 30 days past. I've been through this before, and I swear to God, I've got the lawsuit already prepped up. I will go file it tomorrow so that it's in the court and that y'all don't get the opportunity to pull what I know y'all are pulling.
Sir, I'm not doing that at all. I mean,
Oh, well, okay, but
I have actually been, I've actually been an ACLU lawyer. I've been a First Amendment lawyer. I've been a public records lawyer.
Certainly
So
doesn't
I'm
sound
very
like it.
Wait. I'll let you speak. You let me hear. There's a bunch of hear me speak. I'm not a person that is indifferent to the right of public records, and we try to do the best we can in the situation that we have.
I didn't say indifferent to the right of public records. I said indifferent to the rights of a victim. There's a big difference right there. I was bleeding out for like 45 minutes. Okay, the police showed up. They didn't want to do anything about the attacker. Okay, nobody ever wanted to call 911. I had to crawl out to the street and collapse in the street in order to get somebody to call 911. Do you realize what kind of liabilities over the city of New Orleans right now?
Sir, I'm just doing the best I can, okay?
No, that might cut it for somebody that's looking for salaries and names of people. I'm a fucking crime victim.
All right. Sir, I'm just doing the best I can. I'll look into it, but yeah, I can't look. I can guarantee if you want to, I cannot do it today. So that if you want to go ahead and file a lawsuit,
I will. If I don't get it by 12 o'clock tomorrow, it will be filed. If I don't get it by 12 o'clock, 12 on the dot, I will file it.
Well, I'll do the best I can. That's all I can tell you, sir.
All right.
And as you said, we treat, what we do is deal with the over 20,000, public records requests that we have is the best means that we can do it.
Well, it doesn't cut it for a crime victim. That might cut it for somebody asking for names and salaries. It doesn't cut it for a crime victim.
Hold on a second. A lot of these public records requests are for crime victims. We get thousands of public records requests a year for crime victims. So they're not all 20,000 of them are not for crime victims, but a significant number of them are.
But that's not a negatable excuse. Whenever the Louisiana, there's a little bit of leeway, but 3 days, and for y'all to send the same generic message, that's buying time. That's bullshit. That's not. There's nobody paying any attention to this. There's zero care, and it's blatantly clear.
That's not true. We care a lot.
Bullshit. The fucking city of New Orleans doesn't give a shit, and they showed it on the 12th.
Well, I'm sorry. You're painting a broad brush on people. You're painting a broad brush on people who, like me, who work on Sundays, who work on days that I'm not getting paid. So, you're painting a broad brush, on people. That's unfortunate. Y'all
wouldn't be that far behind if you were. That's the thing. That's ridiculous. I saw plainly with my own eyes and through the actions of the city.
Look. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. If you want to go file a lawsuit, I'll testify in court under oath that this is what we're doing, that we're not treating you any different than anybody else.
I hope the city's anteing up, because this one's going to be a big one. If Allied doesn't take care of it, it's going to come down big on the city of New Orleans. I swear to you, it will.
City Attorney's Office, this is Tana. How may I help you?
Hi, is this the city attorney?
She's not available. I'm taking a message.
Okay. Well, my name is Matthew Reardon, and I'm calling regarding the assault that occurred at New Orleans City Hall 2 days ago on the 12th. I need to confirm two things for the official record. First, does the city attorney's office acknowledge that a member of City Hall security physically struck me, caused a
I don't
head
have any
wound?
knowledge of that. We don't have knowledge of that.
Y'all don't have any knowledge of that.
How will we know that?
Well, it was a pretty big ordeal. It was between 9 o'clock and 10:30 in the morning on Tuesday. The security
On
guard down
Tuesday?
there created a prior restraint and would not allow me into City Hall because I had a lighter, cigarettes, and vape in my pocket, um, which is absolutely um, that's a no-go right there. Uh, and then took it into his own hands to violently assault me, split my head wide open. I laid bleeding out on the concrete outside of City Hall for a good 30 minutes before any officer showed up. Do you know that nobody at the New Orleans Police Department knows anything about the victim witness protection program or uh, the victim rights that are afforded under state law um, to crime victims? That's actually headlined on their website.
I'm not aware of what they're aware of, but I'm pretty sure they're aware of it.
Well, that gets around Monel. So I mean, it's basically I need an email address. I'm sending over a notice of claim, putting the city on notice of litigation. I want a pre-litigation hold on the evidence. I'll be putting in requests for records and information, and
Hmm.
uh, and I sure hope to get some cooperation out of the city attorney's office.
If you're requesting records, we have to comply.
I understand that. Well,
Okay.
it's just I need. Is there any written policy, ordinance, or posted rule that prohibits a visitor from entering City Hall with cigarettes, a vape, or a lighter?
I'm not sure. You would have to read the ordinance on Muni on in the Muni code.
Okay, well, I can tell you that no other building, and certainly a public building can't bar it. No other building, um, they have non-smoking signs, but I can assure you, that's an easy answer. That's something that the courts, uh, you can't block a journalist from entering a public building and conducting official business for a petty reason such as that. And y'all are the city attorney's office, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, we are.
So
Yes, sir, we are.
I I need the name of the officer or the guard identified as the assailant.
I
I
wouldn't
need.
have that information, sir. Where would we get that from? You would need to contact the security company or someone downstairs that would have that information. We don't have that. Well, I'm not even aware a situation happened Tuesday. We're on the
Okay,
fifth floor and we're in meetings all day and hearings all day. I don't,
right.
I don't, I'm not aware of that.
So nobody thought that that was something important enough to bring to the
I'm not
attention of
sure
this.
who thought. I'm not sure if anyone. I can't say that. All I'm telling you is we are not aware. If
Okay.
there are records that you would like from us, then I can certainly reach out to my in-house team to get you the records we need. But that's as far as I can go with that at this point. If you're gonna ensue litigation, like you
I
said.
mean, there's my equipment was destroyed and my
Mhm.
head was split open. I mean, am I supposed to just eat that cost, or is the city like I'm
I didn't.
trying to?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said if you are going to pursue a claim, then you can go forward with that. I can help you with obtaining records that you need. If you have a public records request, we can get that for you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would I figured that the city would have taken a greater interest in finding out who this guy was that was the assailant because I mean ultimately not caring to find out is just going to it's going to look it's going to come down that much harder on the city.
Okay,
And
well, you
we
would
can do this
start
the easy way or we can
if
do this the
that's an
easy way or
assault
the
charge.
hard way.
The city attorney's office tends to civil matters, not criminal matters. If you were assaulted by someone, that's not something we handle.
Right, but the city attorney's office handles civil matters. Yes. So when the city gets sued because of what the security guard did and it happened at City Hall, which a
Then it
hundred
would be the
percent makes
business of the city attorney's office. Yes, sir. It would come to us. That's correct.
yes,
Hmm.
that 100% makes it relevant to the city attorney's office. And so um I mean I feel like there's a deliberate indifference that's being shown to what's happened.
You can't say it's from this department because this is our first time about it.
Okay.
I can only tell you based on what you're telling me on the phone, unless you, if there's something more than a public records request that you would like from me, the city attorney's office isn't going to push the issue with anything if it's a criminal matter that you're trying. If you're trying to say somebody assaulted you, that's not something that we handle.
Well, but what I was
municipal
talking, yes,
attorney.
that's criminal and that needs to be handled with the proper people, but I'm talking to
Okay,
you
but
about
that's
a
not the
civil
city
matter.
attorney's office. That's not
But
that's the city attorney's office if it's
I'm going to
criminal.
agree. Hey, we can agree to disagree because I'm talking about the civil claim. I'm talking about the civil liability that the
Okay,
city
have you
has
filed a
incurred.
claim? Have you filed a claim?
I need an email address
For whom?
to send a notice of claim to.
Okay. You can send it to me.
Okay. What is
The
that
email address is TANA
Uh-huh.
dot Scobie, SCOBY, at NOLA.gov.
NOLA.gov. Okay.
Okay?
All right. When also, when is y'all's city council meetings?
That's on the city council website, sir. They're every other Thursday.
Every other Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I honestly, like I said, it's the the victims, the victim and witness rights. Provision that's codified in Louisiana law. I don't have the actual statute, but that's a really big deal. And if the police, and I've called around, I've talked to multiple people. Nobody has a clue what it is, and how can they ever protect the rights of a victim, of a crime victim, if they don't even know about the law that y'all even have on the website?
I'm not sure who you spoke to, and I can't see what that
Every
person knows or
extension
does
with the
not
police
know.
department,
I'm sorry?
every extension, every precinct extension, and the 2222 number for the police department.
Yeah, I don't know who you spoke to, and I'm not aware of what they know. That particular person knows.
The city attorney's office may want to look into it because that's the thing. I've now raised a major issue to y'all's attention. So
Okay, so when you send your email, you put that in the email, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
all right.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. This one's for the record. For every camera they smash, every right they violated, every lie they told under oath. Circle this day on your calendar 3 times a week. Let's go. Happy fuck the cops day. Say it loud, say it proper. Every badge that broke the law, then hid behind the crowd. Happy fuck the cops day. Blue wall coming down, constitutional violations all across this town. They say protect and serve, but who they really protecting? Qualified immunity got them feeling like they above correction. Plant evidence in your car, lie straight to your face. Choke you out on camera, then claim they felt unsafe. Body cam malfunction right when the truth occurs. Internal investigation always gets deferred. We investigated ourselves, found nothing wrong. Meanwhile, another family singing that same sad song. Traffic stop for nothing, escalate the scene. Turn a broken taillight into a life or death dream. Reach for your license like they asked you to. Now you're on the pavement, red and white and blue. They took an oath, swore to uphold the Constitution, but the only thing they serving is their own institution. Constitution. So happy fuck the cops, they for every right they stole, every cell phone smashed, every story left untold. Happy fuck the cops, day. Mark it on the wall for every planted evidence, back every falsified call. Happy fuck the cops, day. Let the truth ring out. First Amendment retaliation, that's what this about. First Amendment audit, just standing with a camera. Suddenly you're suspicious, suddenly you're a danger. Idea go to jail for exercising rights. Turn a peaceful documentation into constitutional fights. Terry stop for nothing, articulable my ass. Walking while existing in the neighborhood, they harass. Stop and frisk policies, targeting the poor. Fourth Amendment protections, they don't not no more. No knock raids, wrong address, wrong house. Flashbang in the baby's crib, then they all walk out. Qualified immunity means they never pay. Civil rights violations every single day. Brady violations stacking exculpatory evidence, hidden another wrongful conviction of a family's world isn't living. Testily and on the stand, it's an open sacred crime. Prosecutors never charge, it happens all the time. So happy fuck the cops, they for every false report, every manufactured probable cause that died in court. For every witness threatened, every case they fabricated, every constitutional right systematically violated. They want respect, but respect is earned. Not given by a badge, not given by a uniform. You want community support, try accountability. Stop hiding behind immunity, start acting with integrity. Good cops exist, we know that's true, but the system that protects the bad implicates you too. Silence is compliance when you see the wrong. Blue wall of silence been standing way too long. So this day ain't hate, it's demanding something better. It's refusing to accept the status quo forever. It's saying we see you, we document your crimes, we're not backing down. Not this time. From Rodney King to George Floyd, the cameras don't lie, but the system keeps protecting the ones who testify that they fear for their life while kneeling on the neck. Constitutional protections, what the fuck you expect? Woo! Civil rights lawsuits paid out by the city, taxpayers foot the bill while cops get their committee to decide if policy was followed. Case dismissed, no fault found. Another settlement paid, another victim in the ground. So happy fuck the cops day. Raise your voice up high for every person brutalized, for every official lie. Happy fuck the cops day. This is our demand, accountability and justice across the stolen land. Happy fuck the cops day. First, fourth, fifth amendment. Constitutional protections not optional, not depending on your badge. Your gang colors blue don't make you right. We the people standing up, we're taking back tonight. 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We remember what you took, we remember it my day. Turned into a nightmare by a badge and gun. Happy for the cops day, revolution's just begun. Nah, anti-cop, anti-corruption, anti-tyranny, and a constitution, no destruction. Pro-accountability, pro-justice for all. Happy for the cops day, watch that blue wall fall.
Bad actors in bright daylight, courtrooms dim the truth at night. Turn the scales to weapons, but the record still will fight. I carry files like land and set the corridors alight. If justice lost the map, then I become the satellite. Bad actors in bright daylight. 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 I dug through boxes. Labels written like ciphers in code, a name threaded through motions, every pathway in the load. Case notes whisper advocate, but the echoes don't align. When victim means the power for the words been redefined. According to my papers, and the dates that never lied, December bled to January while the truth was left to dry. I stood alone, proceeding raw with Constitution worn, while doors that should protect the hurt guarded those who sworn. Stories already flagged by cops as false and sworn reports. Yet counsel came federally blessed to bend and join in court. So wrote my time like ink and ash, like affidavits sing. If the shepherd feeds the wolves, what hope is left for spring? Bad actors in bright daylight, courtrooms in the truth at night. Turn the scales to weapons, but the record still will fight. I carry files like land and set the corridors alight. If justice lost the map, then I become the satellite. Bad actors in bright daylight. Bad actors in bright days, in bright daylight. Bad actors in bright daylight. Pages mark the handoffs, family court to criminal plea. Two forms braided tight like rope around the neck of free. Co-counsel, choreography, petitions, time to sway. A dance of seal advantage while I scrape to see my day. According to the filings and the stamps beside the names, victim funds flow downstream where they shouldn't fuel the flames. If advocacy's mirror flips and point to who it shields, then every oath of office cracks and justice floods the fields. I watch the public purse become a private barricade and learn that rights aren't abstract words, that debts the state has made. So I charted every contact, every docket, every call, because sunlight isn't mercy, it's a summons to us all. Bad actors in bright daylight, courtrooms dim the truth at night. Turn the scales to weapons, but the record still will fight. I carry files like land and set the corridors alight. If justice lost the map, then I become the satellite. Bad actors in bright daylight. 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 September inked a bargain, no contest on a page. A quiet deal that kept the gears well oiled against my stage. But history keeps carbon copies, pressure setting clear. And patterns make a RICO map that prosecutors fear. So audit every grant and hour, follow every trail. That funds for victims dress the wolf, that ledger tells the tale. I'm naming names inside the rhyme, the way a docket names. Not verdicts from a chorus, but the claims my record frames. To Christie, hear the chorus, this is notice, not a curse. It's evidence in meter, built from memos, not from hearse. And when my daughters ask me how the truth outlived the spin, I'll show them how a file-marked heart keeps beating from within. Bad actors in bright daylight, courtrooms dim the truth at night. Turn the scales to weapons, but the record still will fight. I carry files like land and set the corridors alight. If justice lost the map, then I'll become the satellite. Bad actors in bright daylight. 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 These verses state my allegations and opinion, grounded in my case records and filings. Let the audits and the courts test them, line by line.
Unelected bureaucrats and officials who believe the Constitution is optional. I'm not here to make you feel comfortable. I'm here to wake you up. The founders warned us about this moment. They understood the natural tendency of power to corrupt and expand. Jefferson wrote that the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time. Franklin warned that we had a republic if you can keep it. But what happens when institutions designed to protect liberty become its greatest threat? You'll learn that agencies meant to protect you will either look away or actively shield corruption. That courts don't always seek the truth. That oversight has become meaningless. And most damning, the average American doesn't even care. Look at the classified documents now exposed. Look at surveillance programs. Look at selective prosecution. Look at federal agencies weaponized against political opponents. Look at whistleblowers persecuted, not celebrated. Labeled traitors instead of patriots. Intelligence agencies collecting your data without warrants. Look at law enforcement that can seize property without charging you with a crime. Let me say this plainly. The Constitution is under siege, and those with power to protect it are either complicit or cowards. If you think you're immune, you're not. What the state can do to one, it can do to all. The framers understood liberty is not the natural state of governance. Throughout history, tyranny has been the norm, freedom the exception. The Bill of Rights, it acknowledges rights you already possess by virtue of being human. These aren't suggestions, they're hard limits. Prevail. But I was wrong. The system doesn't fix itself when corruption is the system. When you say, it's not my fight, or I'd rather not get involved, you're not avoiding battle, you're surrendering. The First Amendment stripped one voice at a time. The Fourth gutted, one data breach at a time. The 14th, ignored, one retaliatory prosecution at a time. And the question is, what will you do about it? Silence is no longer neutral. It's not safe. It's betrayal. Our founders risked everything because they understood that some principles are worth more than comfort, worth more than security, worth more than life itself.